if you are misled without a purpose, you'll be led by the delusion of your illusions, because most people, their mediary is the delusional state that they are observing themselves being in. Now, the thing is too, what is the being in if they are delusional to what they are being in? Because the thing is as well, if you don't know how to lead your purpose, then you can't direct your life. Celestial rising, divine to noon, and grand night to the beautiful divine contradiction. Watching this video to divine reflection, divine messenger, and we are back with another message. Now I understand as well, you know, if you choose to and you enjoy these videos, make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more divine messages. And so all my reflections as well, I'm still going to expel, even in that part 2 of XXX Tentacion, if that video doesn't get 50 likes, I'm still going to post Yaki Awakening, that other influencer. So like, niggas not slick, so it's like, yeah, let's make sure we don't get into 50 likes so he doesn't expose Yaki. No, I'm still gonna expose him. So if it doesn't get 50 likes, I'm gonna still post that video. I also have DDG's Gematria done. I exposed him and Hailey Bailey, and the Gematria gave me my answer. I'll be making a video on them tonight, and I'll be posting that either in the AM when you're sleeping. Yeah, when you're sleeping. I'm gonna do that when you sleep, because I feel like that's a better gift, you know. But what I'm talking about is basically directing my purpose upon what you're being purposeful in. Don't forget that saying that I was talking about yesterday. But the thing is, the beings that are misled without a purpose, they are directed by illusions that are leading them and guiding them into a certain way of thinking and being and experiencing life that is not destined for them to live, but they are destined to live that life because they have not made a purpose for themselves. They are used to having life think for them. There are actual people who let outside influences influence them into acting a different way that goes against their programming or their way of being in life. A lot of people don't know who they are. They have no idea who their personality is or what their personality is. They haven't studied themselves. They haven't, and yes, when I say study yourself, if you study yourself, you know yourself, then you'll realize that a lot of things that you do, you'll look back on the actions that you have caused, not only upon others, but yourself. When you get older, you start being more mentally stable and clear in your thoughts, you'll start to cringe at the things that you used to do, because the past actions that you have done, they didn't really help you do anything besides fulfill somebody else's destiny, or you were just distracted by enhancing somebody else's illusion that they were leading themselves into. Which is exactly why, as well, let's say after you watch my video, or you watch somebody else's video, or a TV show or a movie, or you play the game. If you stop watching somebody's video, you stop playing the game, but then you go and distract yourself by more pleasure, that's not your purpose. Now, here's the thing as well with the contradiction for the purpose. Because the thing is as well, purpose does not exist. Because for a purpose to exist, we had to have created a hive mind for a purpose to surround itself with. So, purpose had to be influenced by creation. It had to be influenced by creation, meaning that somehow, some way, purpose said, you know what? I want to be something in life. I want to be motivated by something that I'm acting in or that I'm creating. I want to contribute to a positive or a negative range in society so that I'm able to be directed in life into a certain way that I want to guide myself into being or seeing or fulfilling my own ego in. Now, because of that, this is when now the narrator for a purpose it will decide to not only tag along itself upon your lifestyle, but it'll also be that voice in your head that you cannot hear. You can only hear that voice when you start hearing the boisterous opinion that you are voicing upon yourself. You have to be the narrator and the mediator, so speaking in like third person for yourself. You have to be able to say, so-and-so is doing this right now. You're being aware of the narration for your lifestyle because you're carefully, so as I'm talking slowly right now, consciously in my mind, I'm being very observant of how I'm articulating my words so that they're able to, so that you are able to dissect the contradiction that's coming out of my mouth. But the whole entire time though, my awareness internally is observing the articulation of my outward validation that would never make sense to me. So on the spiritual aspect of my consciousness, I'm able to now observe what I never was speaking on, but what I was thinking on. Because now my thoughts are becoming my reality. Because I decided to say to myself, okay, my purpose is, well, I have more than one. But one of them is, making these videos, getting the content out to you. Now, because of that, when I'm done making the video, what am I distracting myself with through pleasure? Because of course, the thing is too, your pleasure is your purpose. I hope y'all know that. When I say that, then hopefully this person is okay with their car. But when I say that, your pleasure is your purpose, because I find pleasure in doing my purpose. So it's like, am I leading myself astray for being led by an illusion by me making a video? You see, like, the contradictory, that it doesn't make sense, but that's the whole point of creating your own purpose. Because what are you satisfied in doing when no one's watching you? What are you satisfied in doing when nobody wants to listen to you? What are you satisfied in doing when you don't have the words that you want to say to help benefit you or somebody else? What do you do whenever you're not doing your purpose? What are you distracting yourself with? There are some people, their purpose is literally to consume production. There are a lot of people who are meant to consume production, meaning like the symbolism, the frequencies, the occultism, hermeticism, ideologies, religion, the media, all these different occultic ways of emitting different energies around your mindset. That's a gravitational pull of pleasure that's led by the illusion of what you're pleased by. People are so pleased into going home from work and not funding their own lifestyle. That's why whenever you are led by purpose, people will be led by how purposeful you always been, because you have your eyes on what you are set into doing. Not only that, you are setting the intention on what you intuitively feel is righteous for your path. That's exactly why the bond or the connection you have with the being that you can't even see, but you think you know, but that connection right there will guide you. Because of course, now we can go into the faith and the works aspect, but of course you can contradict that, because faith alone cannot save you from yourself. You can have all the faith in the world, but faith will not save you from yourself. That's exactly why you have to work on yourself to have more faith within yourself. No matter what you do, you have to always magnetize wealthy thoughts, so that these wealthy thoughts can observe your thoughts. When wealthy thoughts that you keep having, you keep journaling. When you keep doing these things every single day, that's you being led by the purpose of illusion. When you write, you journal your thoughts down, you think positive thoughts, you're saying your affirmations, you're speaking different spells into the word through the English language, and you mean them by righteousness, not just saying them with negative intention, no, but you're being led and you're saying things with love that you mean and you command. When you command that, you are now being led by the purpose of illusions. No matter what, with that statement, with the title of this video, we are all going to be led by the illusion of what our future does not care for it to be. Through our present state of being, we presently, or in the presence of our present moment, we present ourselves with the envisioning, or I would say the daydreaming personification of what we are peacefully seeing but not able to articulate. Most of us can articulate our future. Some people cannot, because they are led by the pleasures that blocks or barricades that transparent aspect of a veil that they can't contradict. People are not able to wipe down the veil of light shadow. When you are able to see the shadow side of your, so like with the Masonic black sun and then all that artistic, information that I posted with the previous video this past weekend. But that veil right there shows you that no matter what, on the light side of what we are experiencing through the physical aspect of the terrain, land that we are physically walking on, driving on, talking on, observing it basically, that shadow side of this observation will show you and lead you and guide you into a purpose that was already fulfilled. That's exactly why when you feel content in life, you don't get comfortable with your contentment. When you're content in life, you don't get comfortable with your contentment because you're not content with your life just yet. It feels good to be where you are consciously. It feels good to be where you are doing an ascendant manner. And it feels nice to even appreciate yourself for even doing different things, like being a better you. So this whole entire video, I appreciate myself for even slowing down and letting my thoughts take time for themselves to be able to see what it wants to say for itself. That right there is growth. Not only just that, when you know you're growing, you realize that your thoughts will be forever flowing. Not only that, when your thoughts are forever flowing, your purpose has to align with that flow state of mind. I mean, dog, when you flow with a purpose and you know where you're going with that purpose that you're being led by, the illusion of you being pleased by being great, the illusion of greatness will guide you and mock you into what you're not seeing yet. So it's like you're playing a game, cat and mouse, but who really the cat when you still a mouse in the mouse trap? You trap yourself by the purpose that you want to be led with. So it's like, now of course with this word, sacrifices, don't mean on the dark, ideology or demonology. We're not going into that. When I mean sacrifices, that means that you had to get rid of things that no longer can serve you anymore. That means food, that means friends, that means family members. Now, we're not talking killing anybody, for one. Let's get that straight. We don't kill over here. We don't even condone that type of behavior, especially to get rich. That's some pussy shit. What I'm saying is, if family cannot vibrate with you, nor be proud of your accomplishments, get rid of them. They are weighing you down. If friends do not appreciate your work ethic, if they can't respect your boundaries, if they can't respect your time that you make for your future, get rid of them. Communicate, by the way. Don't just cut people off without communicating. Now, you can do whatever you want, but at least communicate. If they can't see eye to eye with what you're doing and what you're aligned with, they're not meant for you. Your relationships, if your spouse cannot respect that you're going to spend time for your purpose before you even met them, you will always focus on this purpose. Now you're mad because I'm not giving you all my time and consideration for your ego's validation. That's selfish right there. Because before I met you, I always had this purpose. So now that I'm fulfilling it every single day by putting more hours into it, you're upset with me on that? Because I dedicate my time to my purpose every single day? That's the illusion right there. We choose to live in these illusions because we want to satisfy ourselves with accolades or accomplishments or titles, basically. We want to be successful and we want to be satisfied in name calling. Do you realize how deceitful that shit is? That's exactly why there is no purpose. So if somebody says, I don't know what my purpose is, duh, that's why you create your purpose. When you create it, you can become led by it. Meaning that, for one, let's say you want to be a chef. How will you open up, or actually, no. How will you start with the foundation? Will you cook in your house? Will you record videos? Will you work with somebody that you know in their restaurant? Will you have a 9-to-5 job or a part-time job that helps you become a server or a chef or a cook, whatever the case may be? What will you do to become the best chef in this globe or this dimension? Not the globe, but this whole horizon of states of minds and continents, continental experimental traps that are entrapped to their mind. How will you do that? If you want to make cars, how will you create that? How will you create that thought? How will you start that? You have the thought, you're being led by the passion that you want to exude upon this purpose of the name that you're calling yourself to be with, but you don't want to act upon the thoughts that you're thinking of that can lead you into your purpose because you're scared of the change that's inevitable. Come on now. And the thing is, no matter what, you will always be led by the illusion of, once again, the thing that motivates you every single day. That's the manipulation. That's the trick right there. Trigonometry or trickology. That's exactly why you have to be able to trick your own mind into doing what you want to do. If you know you don't enjoy that 9-to-5 job, leave. But when you leave, you cannot just go home and just sit on your ass, sit on the phone, and have your parents or your guardian or whoever just take care of you till you figure it out. You have to figure this shit out right now. Like what, of course, and the thing is too, with the boundaries of the 9 to 5 aspect too, or even just school or college or whatever, you have to put in the work. Like your purpose, your vision for success is there. And success is a variety of expanded infinity or infinite thoughts that you can be like. But who are you being like today? You can't envision your future. You can't be like your future self if you're not doing it right now. You can't be like your future self if you're not acting like it right now. How will you create who you want to be in 5 years? Be like it right now. And how does that look? How can you be like yourself 5 years in the future from right now? You have to see that for yourself every single day. See the illusion. Never fear what you can't see. So why fear life when you can't even see it? You're observing it. Never fear failure, because failure is destined to be a part of your purpose. It's like if you wanted to be accomplished in whatever you wanted to create and you succeeded at everything, what's the point of even working hard at that point? What's the point of even doing what you want to be purposeful in? If you're going to accomplish or succeed in everything that you do, there's no need for you to be working at all for yourself. There's no fun in that. The Almighty does not enjoy that. By us just getting things because we think that we're entitled to it, or that we think that we're deserving of what we can't even comprehend. No, you have to be able to study and work on what you want to comprehend yourself in. You can't just go home and just sit and watch YouTube and Twitch and Netflix and Hulu and Prime Video, or be on your phone all night gossiping or just being caked up and shit, knowing that your purpose is calling you. Somebody else is calling you, and now you're giving your time to somebody that you don't see a future with, but your purpose can see a future with you at night and during the day, but you ignore that because the voice isn't familiar. The voice of purpose is not familiar, so you don't pick up the phone because you think that it's just a spam call. Oh, somebody spamming my phone, man. It ain't nobody important, just a collect call. Collectively, your future is calling you every single day, but you pick up the phone when your desires or your urges are leading you astray. You pick up the phone when your desires and your urges are leading you astray, but you decline the call when your purpose is calling you to call upon your future self right now, to be a better you, for today. But it's hard being a better you for today when all you can think about is how you will distract yourself from intuitively rising into a better way of being for your future self, healing your inner child's past self. Nobody can hold your hand and find your purpose. You got to do that. You have to know, and the thing is too, when you know, then you're knowing of what you already know. How can you create a purpose when purpose can't create itself? How can you act upon purpose when the action of purpose can't act upon its own willpower? How can you direct purpose into your life when purpose cannot be directed by the direction? How can you direct purpose when purpose cannot direct itself in a direction that purpose can direct itself into directing itself into producing through its own consumption? How? That was a tongue twister. But I just want to make this quick video before, wanting to practice and all that. But let's stay motivated. If you're a content creator, if you're a social media influencer, you're an author, you're a teacher, you're a guide, you're whatever the case may be, do what you love doing. Always continue to work, because when you start working, somebody has taken your position in life, and now you're sitting here complaining on why you don't have opportunities pouring upon your life. You're not working hard enough. You don't have a purpose to fulfill, so it's like you're just stagnant in energy that can't serve you. So what are you serving for yourself if it ain't your purpose? Has to be illusions at that point, right? But what's the difference between the illusion of purpose and the illusion of life? When they're both in the same exact family that you are a part of. Have a great, divine, and guided introspection for today, divine reflection. I'm gone, and I love y'all so much.